Imagine not having access to clean drinking water. Now multiply that by 785 million. That's the number of people worldwide who don't have clean water to drink. It's a staggering figure, isn't it? An issue that is so intrinsic to our survival, yet overlooked by many. Water scarcity has become a widespread issue, affecting nearly 1 in 10 people globally. It's not just about thirst, it's about health and survival. Without access to clean water, people are at risk of waterborne diseases, such as cholera and dysentery, which can be deadly. Malnutrition is another consequence, as clean water is essential for food production and preparation. The shocking reality is this: the water crisis is not a distant problem. It's happening now, it's happening here, and it's happening to hundreds of millions of people. The water crisis is real and it's affecting millions. But how did we get here? Water, the source of life, is becoming scarce. Let's delve into how we ended up in this crisis. The causes of the water crisis are numerous and complex, but they all stem from a few common roots. Let's unpack these causes one by one. Firstly, climate change. It's no secret that our world is warming up, and this has significant implications for our water resources. As temperatures rise, evaporation rates increase, leading to drier soils and less water available for human use. At the same time, changing weather patterns can lead to more frequent and intense droughts in some regions, further exacerbating water scarcity. Then there's population growth. As our global population continues to rise, so does the demand for water. In the past 50 years, the world's population has more than doubled, putting immense pressure on our already strained water resources. Industrial pollution is another major cause. Factories, power plants, and other industrial facilities often discharge harmful pollutants into our waterways, contaminating them and rendering the water unfit for human consumption. This is a particularly pressing issue in developing countries, where regulations on industrial pollution are often lax or poorly enforced. Lastly, poor water management plays a significant role. In many parts of the world, water resources are not managed sustainably. This can lead to over-extraction of groundwater, depleting aquifers and leading to water shortages. Additionally, inefficient use of water in agriculture, which accounts for about 70% of global freshwater use, further compounds the problem. Indeed, the causes of the water crisis are complex and multifaceted, each contributing to the dwindling availability of this essential resource. But what does this mean for people on the ground? We'll explore the human impact of the water crisis in the next scene. Stay tuned. Behind these staggering statistics are real people. People who spend hours each day just to get water that's often not even clean. This water crisis has a profound impact on individuals and communities across the globe. Imagine a life where the simple act of quenching your thirst becomes a daily struggle. That's the reality for many. A reality where mothers and daughters walk miles, often in harsh conditions, to fetch water for their families. This water, even though it's a lifeline, is often contaminated, leading to life-threatening diseases. Let's take the story of Amina, a young girl from sub-Saharan Africa. Her daily routine is dominated by the quest for water, taking up hours she could use to go to school, to study, to dream. This is not just about Amina. This is about millions of children who are missing out on education because their time and energy are consumed by the need to gather water. And then there's the issue of economic opportunity. In communities where water is scarce, it's not uncommon for people to spend a significant portion of their income on water. This leaves them with little to invest in other areas of life, like starting a business or improving their homes. It's a vicious cycle of poverty that's hard to break. The health impacts are just as devastating. Contaminated water leads to diseases like cholera and dysentery. In many parts of the world, these diseases are a leading cause of death, particularly among children. When clean water is not accessible, it's not just thirst we're talking about. It's life and death. But there's another side to this. It's about resilience and the human spirit. It's about communities banding together to tackle this crisis, to find solutions, to make a difference. It's about the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting challenges. The impacts of the water crisis are far-reaching, but there are solutions. And in the next part of our video, we'll dive into these solutions, because there's always hope, and together we can make a difference. It's not all doom and gloom. There are practical, achievable solutions to the water crisis. Firstly, let's talk about water conservation. We can't create new water, but we can certainly use what we have more wisely. Simple changes such as fixing leaks, using water-efficient appliances, and practicing rainwater harvesting can make a huge difference. In Australia, for instance, rainwater collection is widespread, a practice that saves millions of litres of water each year. Next up, we have water treatment technologies. Innovations in this field are bringing us closer to the day when we can turn any source of water, even seawater, into safe drinking water. There's a village in India where a solar-powered desalination unit provides fresh water to over 2,000 people a day. Incredible, isn't it? Then there's the role of improved water management policies. Governments and organizations worldwide need to prioritize water security. This means investing in infrastructure, enforcing regulations to prevent pollution, and ensuring equitable access to water. In Singapore, a comprehensive water management policy has led to a self-sufficient water system, a remarkable achievement for a nation with limited natural water resources. We also shouldn't forget about the role of education in solving the water crisis. Knowledge is power, and when people understand the value of water and how to conserve it, they can make a significant difference. In many parts of sub-Saharan Africa, community education programs have led to a substantial decrease in water wastage. Lastly, let's not overlook the potential of nature-based solutions. Restoring wetlands, for example, can improve water quality and reduce the impact of floods and droughts. In the United States, the restoration of the Florida Everglades has helped to preserve water resources and protect local biodiversity. These solutions offer hope, but they need support to be implemented on a wider scale. From individual actions to global policies, every effort counts in our fight against the water crisis. By embracing these solutions, we can ensure that clean water isn't a luxury but a basic right for everyone. The water crisis is a global issue, but every single one of us can play a part in solving it. Now you might be wondering, what can I do? How can I make a difference? Well, there are several ways you can contribute to the solution. Firstly, consider supporting organizations that are on the front lines of this crisis. These dedicated groups are tirelessly working to provide clean, safe drinking water to communities in need. Whether it's a small monthly donation or a one-time contribution, every little bit helps these organizations to continue their mission. Now, let's talk about advocacy. You have a voice, and it's a powerful tool. Use it to raise awareness about the water crisis, to educate others, and to push for better water policies. Write to your local representatives, share information on social media, or even organize awareness events in your community. Remember, change often starts with a single voice becoming a chorus. But the fight against the water crisis isn't just about grand gestures. It's also about the small, everyday choices we make. We can all be more mindful of our water usage. Small steps like turning off the tap while brushing your teeth, fixing leaky faucets promptly, or opting for showers instead of baths can significantly reduce your water footprint. And when we multiply these small actions by the billions of people on our planet, well, that's when we start to see real, meaningful change. We must also remember the importance of education. Learning more about the crisis, its causes and potential solutions can empower us to make informed decisions and inspire others to join the cause. The water crisis is one of the biggest challenges of our time, but together we can make a difference. Start today. Make your contribution to a water-secure world.